What is going on, guys? I'm super excited because I'm about to go to my first comic show of the year. The guys at Queen City Bookstore are always putting on these great comic shows, and they're all about the comics, so I already know I'm gonna find some epic stuff. Let's just get right in there and see what I find. Hey, what's up?
Hey!
How's it going?
Get a normal. You don't want to put that one up.
Okay.
How about the background?
Yeah. You have anything you want to say?
Is this going to go on your show?
Yeah. Unless if you don't want it to.
No, I want you to.
Okay.
Because you've got the greatest show in town.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I love your DCs, and that's a special thing.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for next week.
But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like what I'm doing.
Well, you had the courage to do an episode buzz.
Yeah. Oh, what?
You had the courage to do an episode buzz.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of
that
episodes
is a
like that,
classic
but that one was different. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta follow that one up with another one sometime.
Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, I'll walk around and then I'll make my way back around. So first things first, I had to make my way to this booth that I remembered having some really awesome Silver Age books, very nice low-grade copies for cheap, and the last time I went to the Buffalo Comicon, I checked out this booth last, so I was kind of low on money at that point, and I missed out on some pretty good scores, so I had to go see if I could find some of that stuff again, and maybe check out some of the stuff I missed. I was pretty tired by the end of filming that whole video. And today I didn't have as much time to look around as I would have liked to, but I was still able to get a good look at everyone's booth, and you'll see I found quite a few really good things from these guys and from everyone, honestly. There were a couple scores that really stole the show. As we get further and further into the convention, you will see some of the amazing scores that I had for some of the best prices that I think I will ever see. So I found a few good books from these guys that I'll show you at the end, but now I'm gonna make my way over to another booth. And this guy didn't have nearly as much, but there were a few books that I definitely needed for my Batman runs. I was very happy to find, very decent prices. At this point, I was happy with what I was seeing. I made my way over to the dollar bins. I saw some of those DC Comics Presents books. Those are pretty cool. That's a run I'd like to get more from eventually. And there were some boxes with some like $2, $3 books as well. So I was flipping through some of those, and there were some pretty cool things, but immediately next to this guy's booth, I saw another book in another vendor's box that caught my eye. It was just creeping out of the box, calling my name. So I immediately paid for what I was getting from this guy and made my way over to that other booth. And you'll see in a second what that book I pulled out was. See it right there. And I'm gonna have you guys guess. How much do you think this book was? This guy didn't have any prices on it, so I pulled it out and I asked him how much. And needless to say, I was happy with the price. So I want you guys to let me know how much you think I paid for that book. And at the end, we're gonna see if you were right. I did find a few cool Silver Age books, and just some other little cheapos that I needed, some Legends of the Dark Knight, some Elseworlds. It had a pretty cool variety, a lot of stuff that I was interested in. I might have picked up some more from this guy if he had prices on stuff. That was a little bit annoying, but he was definitely pricing fairly. Most of the stuff was like $5, and some of the stuff he was just using kind of an old price guide for, so probably better deals than you get from most vendors, most places online. So not bad. And of course I had to make my way back up to the front and chat with the guys at Queen City Bookstore. And there was actually another customer there who recognized me from my videos.
Tell him your page.
Oh, he knows it. Yeah. I run into him all the time.
You heard about her page and everything.
Yeah.
She's notorious.
Yeah, I think he said he found me first on Instagram, and then I met him in a shop one time.
You did the YouTube. She came out as a sophisticated comic book people, And I follow tons of comic book stuff. That's what I use my Instagram for. And then we ran into each other at comics. It was weird.
Yeah, there was some other guy here today who recognized me from the video, so...
That's good, then you got a following.
Yeah.
You're getting famous.
Well, that's the idea. First of all, you got it made because you're a chick. Guys are hard to get on popularity and the guys are always about being negative.
Yeah. Well,
the girls are always talking more bubbly about comics. That's what guys want to hear.
Yeah.
For the most part. I don't hear about all the schlock in the industry. We already know that happens.
These dudes are angry.
You know what? When I see you pulling out some Batman that I wanted, I get a little frustrated.
Oh,
she's a DC gal.
She got there for no. She deserves it.
Oh, he was actually eyeballing that Brave and the Bold, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I didn't have a lot of time left, but I had to check out the final booth. Of course, this is a booth that I remember finding some really great stuff, and I'm really glad that I made the time to check them out, because I thought that Joker book set the bar really high. I didn't think I'd be able to score better than that. But immediately, I found an awesome Silver Age Green Lantern key. So I'm gonna have you guys guess again. How much do you think I paid for that book? This guy was really cool, and you'll see he was very fair with his prices. He just wanted people to read and love these books, and so this is absolutely one of my favorite booths to check out. Lots of great Silver, Bronze Age, lots of cheap books, $2, 50-cent books, and I was very happy with what I was seeing. I wish I could have grabbed more from him. Free. Is it actually free? Well, I guess I'll take it then. Why not?
I just couldn't. I didn't want to charge someone like $5 or $10 for a book that didn't have a complete story.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'll just put them in, leave an order, and when someone finds it, they say, "Is this free?" Like, yeah. So
that's neat. Yeah, I saw you had the first Tomar in there missing a page, but I mean, hey, man, I'll take it. I'm fine with lower grade.
The worst thing for me was in that collection was the Green Lantern 7, the first Sinestro.
Yeah.
Now, that's story, actually, the first half of the book is Sinestro. Then there's a backup story.
Okay.
The backup story was missing 2 pages.
Oh.
So I couldn't put a high price on it, but since the Sinestro story was complete, it was the first Sinestro, I thought I could charge for it. So I put a price of $150. Someone did say, I'll give you $100 for it. I thought, okay, that's fair. So that kind of stuff came.
Found another free one. Very rough looking, but you know what? Why not? I love Silver Age. I was finding a lot of really nice low-grade copies at this convention for very, very great prices.
I don't. You seem to have a lot of space in your brain. By garbage.
I'm mostly just buying stuff that I think looks cool. Like, compared to some of these guys' comic collections, I don't have much, you know. Some people are well out there. But yeah, you know, I watch enough of like the YouTube videos and spend enough time on Instagram. I just kind of memorize some of the stuff.
You know.
Alright guys, I cannot even begin to describe how amazing that show was for my first comic show of the year. It's going to be really hard to top that, I gotta say. There was some stuff that I am just never going to find for that cheap again, so I'm just going to get right into it, and I want to give a big thank you, as always, to Queen City Bookstore for putting on the Buffalo Comicon. They are a great shop, and I only got a couple books from them from their booth because I go to their shop all the time, and I wanted to really focus on some of the vendors I don't see every day. This is a book that I saw in their shop, and I didn't pick up because I wasn't sure if I had it, but I recently did a Brave and the Bold collection, so that was fresh in my memory. And I did not have this Brave and the Bold 166. This is a Batman and Black Canary crossover. And you have Penguin on the cover. That's really cool. Love Penguin. Black Canary's really cool. And yeah, I love Brave and the Bold, so I was happy to pick that up. And then the other book I got from them, just another cheap Superman's Pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 113. I've been really getting into collecting like Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane and just some of those other like Superman family titles. And so that was all I got from Queen City, but of course I will be back to their shop again. So the last time I went to the Buffalo Comicon, there was a booth I went to last, and they actually had a lot of really great like silver, Bronze Age stuff, and at that point I was already kind of low on cash, so didn't really have a lot. So I went back to them first this time, hoping to get some really cool deals, and the first thing I snagged was something I was actually looking out for because I saw it last time and I hadn't stopped thinking about it, and I was happy to see they still had it. It's Detective Comics 275, and this is the Zebra Batman, which is really cool. They actually made a Funko Pop out of this, so really awesome piece of Batman pop culture, and this was only $15. They had a lot of really low-grade, cheap comics there, and the reason this was so cheap is because it has a little bit of a cutout. I looked through it. It's only like one panel that is affected, but still really awesome. Really cool to be able to have this and just flip through it, you know. That's what I really like, too, about collecting low grade, is that you don't feel as bad about flipping through it and just appreciating the art. So, happy to have such an iconic book from Batman Silver Age, and I'm happy I got it for such a great deal. And another great deal that I got, this is one I was super happy to find. This is Action Comics 293. And this is the origin of Supergirl's horse. And so that was really cool. Like I said, starting to get more into the Superman family type stuff, so want to see what this is all about, and I was happy to find that for a good price as well. I got another Action Comics right here. This is $3.44. And this caught my attention because it says calling all Batman fans, which I happen to be. Got Superman down there having some kind of a nightmare, and it's asking you, can you solve the mystery of Superman's nightmare dreams with the bat clues on the cover? So I'll have to take a look at that and check it out. That's pretty cool. Sounds like a book I will really enjoy. And then the last book I got from these guys was an Aquaman book, and I've really been enjoying picking up Aquaman here and there. And this is one I definitely had to have for just that awesome cover, that Nick Cardy art. Yeah, just love that depiction of all these characters underwater. Really, really cool to see. I love that. And yeah, I don't collect a whole lot of Aquaman, but it's one that I like to add to when I can find them for the right price. Very nice presenting copy there. Absolutely love it, so had to have that. Okay, so next couple books I'm going to show were from the next vendor I went to, and he had a much smaller selection, but there was quite a bit that caught my eye, and I was actually able to pick up a couple books for the Batman and Detective Comics collection. Cool stuff I didn't have. So this is a really awesome cover. I'm surprised I didn't have it. This is Batman 516. Such an amazing Kelly Jones image. This has to be one of my favorite pictures of Batman. Got that awesome image of Batman with those long ears. You got the pile of skulls there, and then you got that creepy face coming out of the candle. Very cool, very gothic. Really like that one. And I was surprised I didn't have it, so glad I was able to find it for $3. Why not? Then we got Detective Comics 529. This is a bit of a key book because this is the first appearance of Nocturna. And some people get it mixed up. There's some other books that have her on the cover that people kind of like more, but this is the first appearance, a small appearance, but it is the first appearance, so happy to have it, one that I still needed. And then the next booth I went to was mainly all dollar bins, but there was one that I think I spent like $2 on, and that was this one right here. This is Action Comics number 600, and it's an awesome anniversary issue. Very nice cover there. Just had to grab it. Love the anniversary issues, so why not? And the rest I got were all dollar books, and these were all DC Comics Presents. This is run that I don't have a whole lot of, but I like picking up some of these like Bronze, Copper Age team-up books. So got DC Comics Presents number 43, and this is the Legion of Superheroes. Very cool. It's another team I want to check out more from. This is an annual. DC Comics Presents annual number 4, Superman and Superwoman. Kind of freaky cover there. Not sure how I really care for that, but whatever. Annual for $1. Check it out. And we have 55. This is Airwave versus the Parasite. We have 68. This is Superman and the Vixen. Then we have 65. Superman and Madame Xanadu. That's actually a really cool one. Don't really know much about Madame Xanadu, but I like the weird kind of cosmic magical stuff, so. And then we got DC Comics Presents 64, Superman and Commandi. And then the last dollar book I got. This is a bit of a random one because this isn't like a run that I really collect, but this is Batman Superman Annual 1. And the reason I picked this up is because it has like this weird Deadpool ripoff character. And it's like a blatant ripoff, and I guess Deathstroke keeps killing him before he says his name. Kind of fun, weird. I just kind of like some of that weird stuff. And I always like annuals, so excited to check that out. So as soon as I was finishing up in the dollar bins, I noticed another vendor that had a book at the corner of his box that caught my eye. So immediately I paid for my dollar books, and I went right over to this other booth. And I picked up the book, I asked how much is it, and the guy said $15, and I was just stunned. I had to make sure he wasn't saying 50 because I never see this book that cheap. I probably never will see it that cheap again. And as a Batman fan, I'm so happy to have this. This is the Joker #1 from the Bronze Age. I got this for $15. This is a complete copy. Just a little bit rough, you know, not the prettiest looking shape, but to have this book in any way, I'm so excited. This was such an amazing score and really just kind of set me off on a great path. I was already having a great day, but finding this was so amazing, and this wasn't even the best score of the day, so keep watching and you'll see what that was. But it was definitely a bit of a sign that good things were coming. So from that same booth, he had a lot of really great stuff, but of course I was being choosy, so I got a couple more really cool things from him. I got some Lois Lane books, which I don't have a whole lot of, but like I said before, I'm trying to check out more. So we have Lois Lane #67, and you got Lois Lane is like this evil queen, and Superman is being put to death. Like, what is going on there? Cool, weird stuff. I always really like how goofy some of these like Superman Silver Age books are. Then we have one that's a little bit later. This is 120. Bit of a weird bondage moment there. Gotta love it. So, yeah. And then the last one, just another Silver Age Detective Comics. This is 361. And nothing really special there or important. Just another cool Silver Age detective book. And just got a couple more cheapos from that guy. I think these were all like $5 a piece. So this is Superman Annual #11. And it's a really cool Alan Moore story, I believe. And a lot of people just really like this one. Really like that cover. And so yeah, I was really happy to find it. Really nice copy. A little bit cheaper than I see some people selling it for, so very nice. And then just another one for the Legends of the Dark Knight collection that I didn't have. This is 168. Urban Legend. Had not seen this one before, so cool to find. And another one for the Elseworlds collection, which is another one I'm always looking to add to. And this is the Golden Streets of Gotham. Really cool, kind of 1940s style story. Love that time period, so can't go wrong with that. And we're getting into the last booth, which had the absolute best find. And then I actually got a couple freebies from this guy. He was actually really cool, and he had some books that were kind of lower grade that he didn't feel comfortable pricing and selling. So he put a free sticker on them and just snuck them into the boxes. And I was able to find a couple really cool Silver Age DC books, and I'm always excited. I will never pass up some free Silver Age DC, so I'm just going to get into it right now. So a cool story about this last vendor. He's an out-of-town dealer. He's from like the Pittsburgh area, and he comes up for a lot of these shows. And so I got a comment on my last Buffalo Comicon video that someone had recognized this guy who was from that area. I'm flipping through the books, and this guy comes over to me, and he starts telling me that he saw a guy who he hadn't seen in a while, and he told me that this guy had actually seen my video and felt inspired to come out and make the trip for the convention. So that was just really cool. It's good to see the impact that I'm starting to make with these videos, and there were a couple other people that came over and said they recognized me from my videos and they liked what I did. So that was really, really cool, but I'm just going to get right into this because the first book I pulled out from this guy's booth was the absolute best win of the day. So I'm going to show you that right now. This is a pretty major key that I got for $20. There is a page missing, but it's still early Silver Age, early Green Lantern, major first appearance. This is the first appearance of Tomar Rhee, and it is missing one page, page 19. But regardless, to have this book and to have that cover, he's right there on the cover, still presenting okay. I am just so over the moon happy to have this. I didn't think I'd be able to get this book for a while, so get it for $20. I am just blown away. Absolutely
excited. And I got one more book from that guy and then a couple freebies. So I'll show you those right now. The next book I got is another one that I was really excited to find because I don't see a whole lot of Zatanna. And this is the Zatanna Special #1. Really cool. Looks like an interesting book to check out. And hadn't seen it before out in the wild. I really, like I said, I don't see a lot of Zatanna, and this is a book that I see people charging a little bit more for online sometimes, so I was really excited to find that and check it out. And then he had some books that were just labeled for free. So of course, I was going to take some free DC Silver Age. So the first one I found is this copy of Strange Adventures 191. It says it has a centerfold missing, but really cool, you know, got the cover and everything, you know, really nice. And I don't really know much about this. I do have, this guy actually had a bunch of the Strange Adventures from like the early Deadman era. He didn't have the first appearance. I was looking out for that. Did not have first Deadman, but quite a few from that sort of early Deadman era, so I was keeping my eyes out for that. Then I noticed this, and I really don't know anything about it, but I'll check it out for free, why not? And then the last book I got for free, and a very rough copy of Adventure Comics 299. It's a Super Baby, and so very cool. As you can see, it's definitely probably the lowest grade comic I have. Not only is the cover missing, it's all torn up and you know, very, very rough, but I'll take it for free. You know, I'll read some goofy Silver Age Superboy for free. Why not, you know? Someone's gotta read them. Someone's gotta love these books. So there we go. A lot of cool Silver Age deals, stuff that I was already on the hunt for, that I got for like a massive deal, like even better of a deal than I could have imagined in my head. Like, I just am so happy. I was not expecting my first comic show of the year to be that amazing, and it's going to be really, really hard to top that one. So thank you again, as always, to the guys at Queen City Bookstore. They're always so excited. They love my videos that I've been doing. And the owner of the store, it was funny. He was actually telling me that he watched one of my streams, this one, if you know the one I'm talking about. And it was funny because I was a little bit nervous because I talked about him a little bit. I told a bit of a funny story from a time I was in the shop, and I was a little bit nervous what he might think, but he thought that it was hilarious. He loved the stream. He was saying I should do another one like that, so glad to know that people are enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm starting to be recognized more for what I'm doing, and it's really nice. It was just overall fun day. Not just for the comics that I got, but for the interactions I got to have. And I actually got something really cool that day as well that I did not show because I didn't pick it up at the convention, but it was gifted to me by a friend. If you follow me on Instagram, maybe you've seen it, but I think that this is so cool, it deserves its own video, so keep your eyes out for that. Hope you enjoyed that. And let me know, what did you think of my pickups? Was there anything you would have picked up? Have you been to any shows yet this year? I'd love to hear what you've picked up, what you got your eyes out for. So, as always, thank you and have a good day.